So what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to introduce to you and bring somebody that you all would love to meet, especially if you have a business. This is Diana Moreno with the Small Business Development Center for Nevada. So they partner up with UNLV. Is that correct, Diana?
Yes.
Nice. So between the two of them, they're a great resource for our state to help people that are opening up new small businesses, getting loans. What else do you guys help with? There's so many different ways that you can help small businesses. I just don't remember all of them.
Well, the way the Small Business Development Center works is that it is a national network. So everywhere you go throughout the US, you'll see the Small Business Administration partner up with either the community college system or the university system. And in Las Vegas, the SBA has partnered up with UNLV to provide the funds to hire advisors like myself, to hire full-time advisors. And so we're all generalists. We all know a little bit about everything about business. We can, do a little bit of loan packaging, business planning, to help somebody start their business. But then each of us also has a specialty of our own, like credit counseling or taxes and stuff like that. So we do help businesses at all stages of their business. It could be all the way from pre-startup all the way to their exit strategy and everything in between.
So I have to brag on Diana for a second because I'm good at selling houses, negotiating houses, but I'm not good at everything else when it comes to business. And so that's how I met Diana. I went down to SBDC and was able to meet this wonderful person, and she was able to straighten me out, not only with what's possible as far as lining up yourself for loans for businesses, but just how to stay organized in general. And like she's saying, there's somebody specific for lots of different parts of small businesses that they have people that can help. So she might be an expert at, helping people with their credit, that kind of stuff, right? And then you have other people that are experts at the loans and other parts of the business.
Taxes, QuickBooks, you name it, anything that has to do with your business, except legal. And that's for obvious reasons. We're not licensed to practice law. But if we ever have someone asking a question that we cannot answer or that our team can't cover, then we will reach out to our resource partners throughout the community. We're always looking for free resources or low-cost resources, and we'll provide the referrals. We only do the introduction part of it and leave the rest of the information to you to share because our services are completely confidential.
Okay, that's awesome. I love it. So recently, now that we had the pandemic kick off, I called to just check on Diana to see how things were going. And I said, sorry, you staying busy? She's like, are you kidding me? She said, they put me in with the small business loans. And so now, everybody understands what the stimulus package was. And they all, individuals were able to benefit from the stimulus package. But now all the small businesses, they needed help, and they got it from federally, they got it from the state, and some they got it from the county. Just depended on, where they landed or where you tried to go to get some help. And I think, Diana, you were a part of every part of that, right? From almost every branch of that.
We were doing triage for the SBA. For the day the president announced that CARES Act, the disaster assistance funding, the next day we were inundated with calls. And this is before we even had any training on it. And of course, everybody was scrambling, meeting and having webinars and learning about all the details. But yeah, we did, it was the EIDL loan, the economic injury disaster loan. And then later on, they came up with the Paycheck Protection Program. And later on, they were changing things up as they were realizing that businesses come in all shapes and sizes. You know, it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
I think initially they tried to do that, and their websites crashed like this. So they had to change things around. It was a little chaotic. No, wait, it was a lot chaotic.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So all those 14, you said there's 14 different offices in Nevada? I'm
14
sure.
different centers, but
Okay.
we all went virtual. We all went remote. So, excuse me. So it helped because we were all backing each other up. It's like I had people from, you know, Mesquite and Pahrump and Ely and Fallon, and everybody was just like, okay, you help this one and you help that one. It was great. We have a great team. I wouldn't even say team. We are an SBDC family. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you've given me a lot of knowledge and a lot of help, so I'm glad that we can at least share this with some people. Say, like, if you need some help, there you go.
Yes.
So now on to back to the loans. Most of those programs are done, right? They look like they're starting to fade out for the majority of them, like the PPP loan. I remember speaking to US Bank, and I think they're coming to the end of what they'll process. Now, I don't know if that's the same with all the banks, or
There's still money left. And so there was again, we've been on a roller coaster ride with the EIDL and the PPP, and there's been a ton of workshop webinars and a ton of, like, there's been a lot of activity around that.
okay.
But the EIDL recently was available only for ag related businesses, and then last week they opened it up again to everybody. Again, there's still money left, so the EIDL is available on the SBA website. The Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP, they also still have money, but the deadline to apply is June 30th, which is next Tuesday.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And so, however, a lot of the banks, credit unions, alternative lenders, third-party lenders know that they have this deadline coming up, so they're shutting down their sites and not taking the applications because they want to be able to process them. So there still are some available, some that are taking applications, but it closes the 30th.
Yeah, and it going between the grants and the loans, and with the loans, it's the loan forgiveness part of it. It's all a trick, just trying to get all that figured out. But just the fact that people can get the funds to keep businesses going, and it's not just regular small businesses that have employees. For some of them, it applies directly to independent contractors and sole proprietors, which is great.
Well, an independent contractor, according to the SBA, an independent contractor is a business owner. They're not an employee. And the IRS is very strict about that. So for everybody out there who has 1099s and they're calling them employees, they're Google IRS 20-point checklists. And it'll tell you there are 20 things to look for for you to know whether it's an independent contractor or an employee. You can get in a lot of trouble for confusing the two and mixing up those two.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for the heads up on that one.
Yeah.
So now the one that Clark County just kicked in, I think this was kind of a last minute thing. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it's going to hang around very long. That's the Small Business Stabilization Grant. Is that correct?
That's correct. You know, whenever I do my startup workshops, when we talk about sources of capital for businesses, one of the things that I talk about, because everybody wants to know about grants, right? So I always call them unicorns. And I joke and I tell people, if you see one, tell me, because you know, they're very elusive. And then lo and behold, here comes this grant opportunity, right? But guess what? It's like that unicorn. It's just going to be around for 1 week. And if you miss it, man, it's gone.
And you better get your saddle ready and jump on that unicorn, right? Here we go.
Yes. So they opened it up on the 17th, last Wednesday. And the deadline to apply for that Clark County Stabilization Grant is this Wednesday, July 24th.
Okay, so at least we're giving people the heads up.
A week,
Somebody might be able to get a hold of it, just even if we help one or two people, that'd be
right?
good.
I would suggest to people not to wait till the last minute, because we've seen this happen with the other programs, is that people wait till the end and then they, they'll crash a website by trying to all use it at the same time. I don't think that they have the capability to, take on a lot of load. So
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
Okay, well, at least we give people a little heads up. There you go. They should be happy with that at least.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted everybody to know who Diana was and how wonderful you've been for me. And I appreciate it. And it's a great resource that we have in the state of Nevada. So
Thank you for doing that and for giving me the opportunity to talk about the SBDC. It is a kind of a best kept secret in Nevada. We don't have a big marketing budget, so we rely a lot on word of mouth. And
right.
so this is very, very helpful. And plus, you're a great client, and it's been so easy to work with you, Tim. Thank you.
Well, good. I'm glad we worked out just fine. And, we like to talk together anyway. Here we go.
Yeah, we do. So I'd like to add a couple of things on the Clark County Stabilization Grant, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So the Clark County contacted UNLV, the SBDC at UNLV, to provide the technical support for these applications, because they know that we are a free resource for the community. So what we're doing, what the Clark County is doing, is they're inviting people to apply, but they're inviting people to go to the SBDC to ask for help, because they don't have the bandwidth to to help everybody who has questions about it. So what they did is they provided training for us at the SBDC to help people to give us like some helpful tips that will help people to score a little bit higher on their application, so that they will get the grant. So that's why we're here, and we're happy to help. We will ask that people register for our services at www.nevadasbdc.org, but we'll still ask them that if they do call in.
And I think you were telling me that this program is a little bit more lenient on the guidelines compared to the PPP loan program and a few of the others. Is that correct?
Yeah, so if
probably more of a chance to possibly get the loan or the grant, should I say?
So the reason that this grant opportunity was created is because the Clark County and the city of Las Vegas, the city of Henderson, and I believe North Las Vegas, that's all CARES Act funding, which is the same money that went to do the EIDL and PPP. And so this is available to people who did not receive any type of funding through the SBA. So if they received EIDL, or even that deposit, that cash advance, or the PPP, or any money from the city of Henderson or city of Las Vegas, they will not be eligible for this.
Okay.
So but they did want to open up this, one more opportunity for people. But besides that, there's 2 additional grant opportunities that will follow this one after this cycle. So the stabilization grant closes on Wednesday, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, when they're done scoring these applications, they will open up the window for the next grant opportunity, which is rent assistance. And then of course, if people don't qualify for that one, then they will go to the third opportunity, which is the Small Business Protective Retrofit Grant.
So that would be commercial leases, is that correct? To help people with a lease on the building that they have? Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's
The second one, the small business rental assistance, is to
Okay.
help with rent. And then the third one is to retrofit any kind of buildings or any workplace that needs, like plexiglass or, I don't know, a
Oh,
rubber signage or sanitation stations or anything um, to make it more coronavirus friendly. I don't know
yeah.
what the term is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds
That way
simple.
they can do their business better because now
Right, right,
they didn't have to spend so much money trying to get it ready. Maybe
right,
the small businesses just can't afford to do that, like some of the
right.
big kids. So
And
that's
and
really,
those are only available. So like if you get the stabilization grant, that you're not eligible for the rent or the retrofit. So if you can't get more than one of these. So you can only qualify for one of the three.
okay. Now, for the one that's up right now, what's the maximum that they can get?
So the maximum grant amount is $5,000 for businesses with 1 to 4 employees, and
Okay.
then $10,000 for businesses with 5 to 20 employees.
Okay. That's good to know. Well, at least we know that much for now on this particular one. We can maybe talk about the other ones down the road, or, at least they have an idea that it's coming.
Right.
Well, good stuff. Well, I appreciate you sharing all that information.
You're welcome. Thank you for helping us to get the word out about this. We want people to have the opportunity to apply, at least,
Yeah,
the
sure.
money's there. So hopefully they will.
It's not like you're busy enough already, for crying out
Yeah.
loud, but
You
nothing like
know,
keeping everybody busy. Here we go.
you'll find that everybody at the SBDC does this because we love helping people, and it's so
That's great.
rewarding because we a lot of times we end up doing business with our clients because we're so passionate about local small businesses that we will seek out local small business instead of the big companies or the big franchises, big boxes.
Well, as a small business owner, I appreciate it. And I'm sure everybody else does that's in that position. So
Okay.
thanks again for being there to help us all out.
You're welcome.
Well, that's Diana Moreno with SBDC. So hopefully you guys have a great day and got something out of it. We'll talk to you soon.